Yo, SojuTalk Nation! On this week's episode, we'll be covering Fuego releases from Baekhyun, Sonyo, Astro, and Wendy. We'll also be cooking up some spicy news coverage, including HYBE Fiesta and new groups, disbandments, and contract updates. And finally, in State of the Nation, we discuss Kingdom Episode 1. So turn up the volume because we coming in hot. Hit me with that intro. Hey, what's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 133, and we're recording on Monday, April 5th, 2021. I'm Doug, and joining me today, we got Warren. What's up, everybody? And Anita.
Hello.
And as a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, and join the SojuTalk Discord and be a part of the nation. One announcement this week, Frankie upgraded his Patreon from Spicy to Fuego, so
Frankie.
shout out to Frankie.
Go, man.
He's now in the Harold's Harem channel, which is what it's being called at the moment.
Yeah.
With that being said, we're now at part 1 of SojuTalk episode 133, where we discuss big new releases, choose a spicy song king, and hit you with the music show winners. Boom. All right, first song this week came out on Tuesday, March 30th. We had Baekhyun, also known as Baekhyun, with his song Bambi. So he is from SM Entertainment, debuted in 2012 with EXO. His last 3 solo songs were Candy, UN Village, and Young, with 11 music show wins as a soloist, 107 with EXO. Ooh. Wow. The Bambi EP sold over 833,000 pre-order sales as well.
Wow. Big numbers. EXO fandom still strong. Go EXO-L.
All right, how do we... This song was a very, like, sensual, sexy song, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sensual.
Okay.
I feel like, obviously, they're showing off the vibes. This is a very vibing song.
Right.
A lot of falsetto singing. Obviously, the song is carried by his just vocal performance throughout. We're getting 2 SM ballads this week, so that's pretty cool. The only issue I kind of had with this song, although I think it's a good song, is that like there's so many like R&B riffs going on that I felt at certain points I felt like, where's the structure of this song? Like,
ooh,
you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like you showering us with the great vocals, but I don't know where we're going with this, right? That being said, I think there was a big SM flex with the music video. It looked really expensive.
Yeah.
I don't know. Those are my base opinions. What do you guys feel?
I'm gonna build off of what you said, right? Because we've gotten a couple of these empty sounding, sexy, mellow R&B, groovy, tracks in the past couple weeks. And I don't want to directly compare this song to those songs, but I will add, it feels like, when you're cooking, like my magic ingredient when I'm cooking is garlic salt. From Trader Joe's. You guys have
I do know that. I don't have it, but I know of it. Yep.
Right. If you guys aren't good at cooking, go to Trader Joe's and get some garlic salt. If you don't live in America, I apologize. But it will magically fix every meal you're making, honestly. That being said, you can't make a whole song with just garlic salt.
True.
Okay, you know what? This is like the first one in a couple episodes. I understand your food reference, dude. I feel like I get what you're saying, and I agree with that on this one.
No, because basically it's exactly what you said. There's a lot of R&B riffs, and he's like very sexy, and I'm not gonna deny that. It's just that's all there is. The structure of the song is a little difficult to follow, given how much feels like a circus sometimes. You're just going up and down. Oh, I apologize.
To be honest, though, his falsetto game is like next level. It is
a flex.
It's such a flex because his falsetto sounds like other people's regular singing voice, but he's just so good at it that it intertwines between the two so well.
Right, but like when you're making pasta, you can't be like, look how fresh my garlic is. You need the pasta.
Okay.
You need some salt. You need some olive oil. So I feel like, honestly, after listening to it about 3 or 4 times, I was still a little lost in terms of structure. And then at a certain point, I sat down to like take notes as I was going. And even then, I was a little lost. And because of that, it feels a little repetitive. And it's really sad because he's incredibly skilled.
Yeah.
Incredibly talented. But if that's all he gives us, it becomes like, whoa there, it's a little too much,
That being said, I did like it though. Just like I felt like we could have changed a couple things up to make it even better. What about you, Anita?
Well, I had a couple of thoughts while listening to this song because the first thing that I thought of when the choreo started, right? He started dancing in the suit, and I think the guitars. I think it was the guitar that was playing. It reminded me of a pre-debut teaser that Kai did, like way back in 2012.
Bro, that's like a 10-year gap.
Exactly. It was a while ago, but I remember because that song was the song that they used in the teaser was called, I believe it's called Lady, and it has a very, very similar vibe. I don't think it's exactly the same as like the chord progression and everything, but it's a very similar vibe. And it felt very fresh at that time. It felt like it was showing off a dancing of Kai, and it was nice. It was cool. But here, I feel like it was a different iteration of it. But I agree when you said like it felt a little repetitive, where it was going on a loop, and I wasn't sure where we were going musically. And I don't know. I feel like it was kind of dark, and I guess that was the vibe. But I wanted to see more. Like I don't know. It was a very interesting concept that he went for.
Another thing that he could have done here, I got a lot of Sick K vibes, especially with his 2014-15 era stuff. If you're thinking about songs like Ring Ring, Rendezvous.
Yeah.
Obviously, vocal style is completely different. Sick K is nowhere near as talented or skilled. No offense to skilled Sick K fans, obviously.
It's a different sound, yeah.
It's a different sound. And the way they sing is very different. But one thing he did in Ring Ring was he brings in Geiko as a featuring artist, and that really does two things. It brings in a different kind of voice to keep it fresh, but it also helps add a lot of structure because it's very clear that there's a chorus, verse, chorus, Geiko verse, and then back to chorus. That's like very clear as water when you do that. And here, him by himself. I'm not saying he doesn't have the ability to run the show by himself, but at the same time, it would have been a little more refreshing, I think, in terms of like structure and being able to like, create some more substance in the song.
Honestly, though, one of the nicest music videos like I've ever seen.
It was
video
nice.
is ridiculous. It's ridiculous, right? Like all the shots we get, like when he's hanging off the train, that was sexy. Let's be honest. Like that's a good looking dude.
Remember this? Every time he was wearing the top hat, I was like, man.
Yeah.
Originally, I thought top hats are for like like my fedora, hello lady, like that kind of lady. But like here, I was like, yo, like that's kind of like
honestly like. He could probably pull off anything. He is going to the military now. That's why this came out.
Yeah.
I think in a live he had a couple. Actually, it's in our newsletter that he's enlisting. I think tomorrow, the day this is coming out. I believe.
Birthday,
yeah,
right?
It is on his birthday, May 6th. He has to enlist. That's how late he held it. Overall, though, I think that the K-pop world will miss him because he is one of the premier male solo artists in the game. EXO obviously will as well because he carries a lot of the vocals, and Super M as well. Best of luck to him, though, because, it is what it is. All right, let's move on to the second song. On Wednesday, March 31st, we had Uju Sonyo, Cosmic Girls with Unnatural, so they are from Starship. Debut 2016, the last three songs were Butterfly, As You Wish, and Boogie Up with 8 music show wins. Warren, you're an Uju Sonyo fan.
I guess I am. They're one of the few groups that I actually know the discography really well.
Choreography?
Discography.
Okay.
Choreography, I don't know at all.
You really like Butterfly, right? If I remember correctly.
I liked Butterfly. I liked a lot of their stuff. I liked Boogie Up. I liked As You Wish. I've liked all of their stuff.
Where you leading with this though?
I liked a lot of their stuff. Past tense.
Past tense.
Okay. Let's think about the song in the context of their whole careers. Because around 2018, 2019 is where their sound starts to change a little bit and has a bit more of a up-tempo, house-based track. All of them. They're like... So all of them are I don't know if that came through with the Discord thing, but like they're like very much in that tempo.
And I agree.
It begins with a bunch of like vocal-based synths or the vox chop. This one does too. And to be very frank, I can only eat the same meal so many times. That's my biggest concern.
So Baekhyun, too much of the same ingredient. This song, you've eaten the meal too many times.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm getting you today. I get what you're saying.
You and me.
We're connecting. It's the weebness, you know?
I mean, I think that's on one end. That's what I was a little dissatisfied about because immediately going into like the first like 5-6 seconds, you can predict the entire track and it's there. It's just exactly what you expect, and everything just happens like every other song they've done. I guess besides Boogie Up and stuff before. What is the cheerleading song they did? I forget, but the one from their LP, I forget. That being said, another thing that I was a little let down by was the pre-drop, was the dun,
what?
Dun, 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 dun,
What? You don't like it?
You don't like that?
Dun, dun, dun. I felt like it was rhythmatically very unstable for me personally.
I really like that part.
I like it.
It's
I like the build-up.
It's a very rhythmatic part, but at the same time, I don't think it was very well coordinated, if you know what I mean. In terms of
I don't know what you mean because I thought that was like that into the chorus was the strongest part of this song.
Yeah.
The chorus is incredibly high in terms of the notes they're hitting, right?
Yes.
Some things I noticed. So Yeonjung sings chorus 1. I think Dawon sings chorus 2. Subin sings chorus 3. They come out sounding really similar, the vocal quality wise.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that they have 3 girls who could hit that high of a note, like sustain it through the chorus. I thought that was pretty impressive.
What I will say about having those 3 nice vocals at similar levels of like skill is like they all sound different too.
Yeah, there's a little bit of differences.
Right.
Yeah.
For me, it makes sense that they have 3 main vocals, even though that's like a little arguable. I think for them that makes sense, and they all have their functions.
I think at a minimum, you said they have 2 because it was Dawon until Yeonjung showed up. I think was originally what the plan was. Maybe I'm off with that.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was, though.
The big vocal people sing really well.
I'm thankful that EXE expanded her vocabulary from vroom 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 skirt to this song. We have a wider selection of words being said. I like that. Honestly,
True.
I think EXE is one of the like higher level girl group rappers for sure. I think her rap fits really well into this song. I enjoyed the song. I feel like a lot of the recent Cosmic Girl stuff overlaps with how I like the IZ*ONE stuff a little bit in terms of like the types of songs that they do. I also saw other people commenting the same type of thing. I really like this song though. I thought it was fun.
Yes.
I like that thing Warren didn't like. Anita, you like this song too, right?
Yeah, no, I actually wrote down that I really liked the pre-chorus build-up to the chorus because I think I don't know, it makes it seem like with the high vocals and then like the addition of all the other instruments forward, because I think it quiets down right before in the pre-chorus and then it goes back up. I thought it was nice. I think it built it up really well. I also really, really like the styling in the music video.
Okay, I will agree with that. That is, man.
I have
super expensive vibes, cool.
Can I say something about that though? I think the styling's great. My issue is we had so many close-ups and almost no like choreo group shots.
I can see that.
Like if I think about what the choreo was, I'm like, can't really think of it off the top of my head.
Well. I feel like the choreo in the chorus is really nice because there's like a point choreo part with the hips and the hands. I thought that was really nice, and I like that they showed it. I think they could have shown more, but I'm glad that they got that part at least.
Yeah, that's a better way to say what I wanted to.
Given they do have a lot of members, I do kind of expect them to focus a little less on choreo and then like more on the individual shots themselves. They have like 10 people, I think, even without the Chinese people. Like that's like what? It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a big group.
Yeah.
It's a big group. So
man, I really thought Warren would have liked this one. To be honest, I'm gonna be honest here.
I think it checks on my personal level of like songs I like and genres that I like. I'm usually in favor of. This does like fall into that category, and it doesn't have a lot of things that are like super annoying to me. But at the same time, I don't really have a reason to listen to this track when they've already done songs in the similar vein about 4 or 5 times.
Okay. Before we move to the next song, right? Because I'm gonna pivot here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna apologize. Well, half apologize to our 17 fans because Hoshi also released the song this week with his mixtape
Spider
called Spider. But the patrons, so you know how we have the rule of 4 essentially going on, where we cover a max of 4 songs. Essentially, well, not essentially, it happened. Astro beat out Hoshi this week, so that's why it was the 4th song. So
It was
the next
close,
song
guys.
we are covering is the song that came out today on April 5th, is Astro's One. So they are from Fantagio, debuted 2016. Last 3 songs were Knock, Blue Flame, and All Night, with 2 music show wins so far. I like this song. I think
Nice.
the general vibe I got, it felt very SM to me.
Oh.
Particularly, I got like some kind of shiny electro funk, almost a bit like Sherlock at times, and then a lot of NCT.
Hmm.
That was the 2 general things, and some like choices too, like the vocal layering. I thought was it sounded like an SM song.
I got that too.
Yeah, those were the main points for me. Couple things. I thought Moonbin is really good. Again, I think I say that every time they come back. He's like, I think he's the hard carry in terms of the K-pop side. I think Unu is the carry in terms of the popularity side. They shoved as many close-ups of his face as they could in this music video. And honestly, I don't blame them. That's a good-looking dude. The only other thing I had to say was I was not a massive fan of the rap verses in this one. Lauren left here. Or do you want to talk about the rap sections?
I want to preface this by saying I generally like this track.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Like before the rap verse, I was like, popping, my head was gonna go up and down, I was having a good time, and then the guy hits you with the and I was like, whoa,
Rocky,
there, whoa.
yeah.
I understand what you want to do, but this isn't a circus, like
What?
no, it's carefully created art. It's not a circus. I'm not like you kind of get what I'm saying, like
Not really.
Was he like going as like a whole different vibe? Is that what you're saying?
no, I mean circus as in like it feels like he's doing tricks and like look at me.
Okay.
Like look at me do
How
crazy
fast
things.
can you go? Mm.
Right. Look at me how fast I can go. How fast I can jump over this ring of fire. Or like how he's like strongman Bruno in the circus. Oh, like let me look how strong I am. And I think that definitely has a certain appeal. To a lot of rap fans or pop fans. That being said, don't think it was incredibly well executed. As is with the verse afterwards from I think that was his name is Jinjin. I think that's his name. Yeah. So I not too big on those, but otherwise I think it was a fine song. I really liked the arrangement and everyone sings really well. So overall I think it was nice. I do feel like the second verse was a little weak because of the very beginning to the end. It was just rap, and all of it was a little bit of
It was kind of like very different styles of rap going on there too. I thought.
And honestly, that's fine to do. It's just all the different types of rap was a little off the board for me.
I see.
Yeah.
Anita, that's your cue.
I still like the song,
Anita,
though.
that's your
My cue. Well,
Your cue.
to be honest, I in this watching this song, right, the music video and listening to it, I had a bit of dissonance, and I don't know, I might be in the minority here because I don't think people have really mentioned this, but the sound that the song has, like the vibe, the instrumentals, and the visuals, for some reason didn't match for me. I feel like there's a brightness in the chorus of the song that feels like
Anita,
yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
Do you understand?
I'm in the minority.
Okay, good.
I wrote that down too.
Yeah, because I feel
Oh,
like it was. I liked the visuals in the music video. Like the styling was fine, the set was fine, but it just didn't seem to fit the sound of the song. Like I feel like we should have been doing something a little different in the concept wise. I don't know. I feel like I liked both. I just didn't understand. I wouldn't have paired them up myself.
What I wrote, Anita, specifically, I wrote, man, this music video is kind of like those dark red concepts we had last year.
A little bit.
And also, they did the thing that Doug hates, the shadowy music videos. It was a very dark music video. I didn't write that it didn't fit the song, but now that you say that, like, I could kind of get what you mean by that.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there was something about the chorus where like it switches and it goes like on a brighter note. I don't know what the right term would be, but I feel like, oh, I like this, and I feel like Astro.
It's catchy. Really catchy.
Like, it suits Astro, and I kind of have wanted them to go a little bit towards that kind of sound because I think the percussion as well, it sounded like something that they have done before, like in their previous songs, before they did like the more darker concept switch. So I liked the sound that they're going for, but for some reason the video concept just didn't seem to match for me. So it took me a while because I feel like I was watching something but listening to something else, and I couldn't pair the two together.
I think that's a very well stated sentence, Anita. I'm looking at these Astro songs. I liked Blue Flame. I liked Knock. Man, I guess I like Astro. That's what I gotta think of. Like, I like all these songs. I'm a really big fan of this Moonbin kid. Every time they do a song, I'm like, he's really good. Like,
good dancer.
He should be more popular. Like, he has a lot of stage presence. He's doing his thing. They put him in the center a lot. Oh, good kid. Want to move to the next song? The final one this week. We have Wendy's long-awaited solo debut with Like Water. So she's from SM. Debut 2014 with Red Velvet with 73 music show wins as that group. As a member of that group. Okay.
Yes.
This song,
okay.
Not a bad thing, but it's kind of the song that I expected to be released. Like,
yeah.
I heard people saying that this has a lot of aspects of American country songs or other just American pop ballads. Those were the two prevailing thoughts I was seeing online.
Me too. Yeah.
I think that the strength of this song, regardless of how it's made, is Wendy's vocals, right? That's what is being shown off here. I've said it many times that I think Wendy's the best vocalist of whatever generation you consider Red Velvet to be. I think she's by far the best. Like, I think there's a big gap, to be honest. I think that her voice has such a warm, rich, and clear thing going on. Like, it's crystal clear. At the same time, it's warm and it has a lot of depth to it. Like, it's just nutty how good she is at singing. When I watched this through for the first time, I had goosebumps from her voice. That's not a common occurrence with me on many K-pop songs. Overall, though, it's like, you know, it's I don't want to like trash this song at all, but like it's not super exciting. You basically, after you listen through the first chorus, you know how it's going to develop the rest of the way, and it leads to the high note, which obviously is tremendous. But you know, it's not like the most complex or thought provoking song, but it really just shows off how good she is as a singer.
Well, I disagree with you.
Oh yes.
I think it's an exciting track. I don't know what's wrong with you. I think I do agree with you. Great vocals from Wendy. I think we've had a lot of female vocalists, soloists this year, and from the end of last year. Off the top of my head, I can think of Baekhyun, Chungha, IU. Now we have Wendy. Sure, we have more in the works. I think Sunmi was in there as well. I don't remember.
Sejong came out.
Right, Sejong too. I think maybe besides IU, this was one of the more memorable ones. Lots of emotional depth with this track, personally. And it on a more production level, it reminds me a bit of I from Taeyeon.
Yes,
100%.
Yes.
You guys are so excited, bro.
No, I agree a lot. I was listening to it.
We agree with you.
It reminds me of this.
I do think in terms of like the melody progression, it was very similar. But I one thing that it wasn't big on with I was that it felt overproduced the entire time. Not like Imagine Dragon style, but like still like it felt like it was going way over the top than it needs to.
No, yeah,
here it feels a lot more like
relative to this one for sure.
Right. Here it feels more like, okay, I'm sitting here, I'm able to sit in my bathtub and cry. You know, like I can bathe in my emotions a little more, and I like that. I like that
term, bathe in my emotions.
I'm pretty sure I didn't come up with it. Bathe in my emotions. That's what I am doing. Okay. Please don't watch me while I do it because.
All right.
Yeah, I like the track though.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Transition back. I see you.
Go, Anita, go.
Well, yeah. I wanted to go back to the comment you made, Warren, about who made the comment? Someone made a comment about it's having a more like Western pop sound.
I threw that up.
Yeah, okay. I definitely agree with that, and I don't know if it was like the more like band acoustic quality of the instrumental, but I think
what it is.
I also found it the way that she was ending a lot of the phrases she's saying. Right? Yeah, she's like going up and then down, and it's really, really pretty. But I feel like I've heard this somewhere. And I can't name an artist, but I feel like I've heard it more in Western pop music, I guess, where they do that sort of more like high then low type of transition.
That thing.
Yeah. I see. Don't quote me on this, but for some reason I was reminded of Halo by Beyonce, because I know that I think somewhere in the song she kind of does a little bit of that vocalization. I don't know if she was inspired by that or something, but I think it sounds great. And the music video is so pretty. I love all of the shots. It's so like the lighting. I think the lighting is so like delicate and ethereal. Like it gives a really nice quality to all of the shots. And I think it went perfect with the song.
The color tones, the color palette.
Yes, the color palette.
Oh boy, I don't know who color graded this thing, but big props to the color grader.
Bro,
good job. Yeah.
You watch what you're doing, and then she starts singing the high notes. You're like, oh, take me to church, Wendy. Oh, you do that.
Church.
I like the big picture here is we're very happy that Wendy's back. She's been gone a really long time.
Yeah.
There's another track on this album. It's called Best Friend, and it's with Seulgi. It's a duet song.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
cute.
so wholesome. It is the most wholesome thing ever. Go check that one out. But other releases this week included DKB Dark B with All In, T1419 with Exit, Pakbom with Do Re Mi Fa Sol, Third Eye with Stalker, 17's Hoshi's mixtape featuring the title track Spider, and then Jin Hyuk had a song called 5K.
Is he running a 5K?
We're okay.
Unclear. I'm guessing it had to do with money. I would assume.
Said okay.
It could be that.
You like 5K?
Wait, it actually might be. I didn't listen to it. So.
Okay,
Anita said it might be okay because O is 5 in Korean, so so who knows. But we're now at Spice King, so it is a segment where we will decide which song reigns supreme. So we're going to evaluate our chart in terms of song quality, spice, and listener fatigue, and songs that place number 1 will be Spice King. Last week's Soju chart had IU's Lilac in first place, and she picked up her first crown. Weekly's After School in second place, and then IU again in third place with Coin. New candidates are obviously Baekhyun's Bambi, Uju Sonyo's Unnatural, Astro's One, and Wendy's Like Water. Let's change it up. Anita, you go first this week.
Anita goes first.
Well, my list didn't change a lot from last week. So I'll start with the top. For number 1, I have IU's Lilac. Been listening to that quite a bit. Very pretty styling for the live stages. So that's number 1 for me. Number 2, I am still listening to Weekly's After School. It's a bop. It's a vibe. The Skater Girls. And then third place, I was a little torn because still really like Brave Girls, but Cosmic Girls came through with this one. And I feel like the chorus is super catchy. I really like the choreo. So I'm going to put them on third. So Cosmic Girls, Unnatural.
Wow, I did not expect Anita to ever vote for Cosmic Girls.
All right, Warren. Go, Warren.
Well, the one time I don't vote for Cosmic Girls, Anita decides to vote for Cosmic Girls.
I got you.
Okay, well, thank you. Not too different from Anita, actually. I also have IU's Lilac on first place.
Okay.
I think if you haven't checked out her full-length album yet, I definitely think you should. Especially if you've been into K-pop or Korean music for the past six or more years. It is. I think there's a lot of emotional impact the album will have if you know what she is, who she is. That was what I'm trying to say. Not what she's a person, not an object. So there you go. Lilac on first is what I'm trying to say. There you go. On second, I have Like Water by Wendy on second.
Nice. Yes, that's a good song.
I didn't expect me to do that. You probably didn't expect me to do that.
Did not.
I don't think anybody did, but there you go. That's what I have decided. So you will, yeah. Third, I have After School Weekly.
Yes.
It's a bop.
Yes, it is.
I want to put my Vans on just by listening to those songs.
Right?
Yeah.
Right, my chart's kind of weird.
Yeah, you're weird. That's why.
Third place, I have Baekhyun's Bambi. You know.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yes.
Second place, I think I lose my IU simp card here. I have IU's Lilac in second.
Wow.
Oh.
Go home.
Unexpected.
What a, dang.
You know what I have in first place?
Cosmic Girls.
Cosmic Girls Unnatural. I just really like that song, fam.
Yeah.
Just know, Warren, you could have put them in first place potentially if you had moved some things around. Let me calculate.
Not Eyes One. Cosmic Girls album here with me.
All right, we gotta set top three. First place with a 8 out of 9 points, we have IU's Lilac, so she picks up her second crown. Shout out to Lilac and IU. Second place, because of my massive swing, we have Uju Sonyo's Unnatural. Second place with 4 points. And in third place, we have Weekly's After School.
Let's go.
So officially, one more time, the Soju chart is IU's Lilac in first place. Second place is Uju Sonyo's Unnatural. And third place is Weekly's After School. I'm mixing up my groups here.
Yeah, After School is not around anymore.
But finally, we're at show winner. Anita, hit us with the winner this week.
Yes, one winner because it is IU. She had a win on Music Bank with Celebrity. That's the 11th win for that song. And then Lilac had 2 wins on one on Countdown, one on Inkigayo. So big winner is IU.
I don't know what was going on as to why we didn't have all the other shows, but we only had half of them this week. But we are now at the end of part 1 of SojuTalk episode 133. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using, and consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
We are back at it with part 2 of SojuTalk episode 133, where we discuss recent K-pop news and events and give you the state of the nation. News and events. We called this section HYBE Fiesta because a ton of things have happened in terms of HYBE. Let's go through it. First one, HYBE has merged with Ithaca Holdings, a company led by SB Projects and founder Scooter Braun. So in the deal, HYBE through HYBE America. So HYBE bought it, but they're buying it through the American branch. They will acquire an 100% stake in Ithaca Holdings and its properties, which include SB Projects and management clients, including Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande, Demi Lovato, among others, as well as Big Machine Label Group. Scooter Braun himself will be joining the board of HYBE, and Scott Borchetta will remain CEO of Big Machine Label Group. Artists of both companies will participate in the capital increase of HYBE to further strengthen the ties between the two companies, according to a release announcing the deal. Also, there are reports that the artists under Ithaca Holdings will be joining Weverse at some point.
Whoa. Interesting.
So
that's a pretty big move, right?
I guess. I mean, just to be very clear, Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande, Demi Lovato, they're not under Ithaca Holdings.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, they're above it because they hire SB Project to manage them. That's how that works in America, right? And then if you're talking about Ithaca Holdings artists, or I guess artists under it, that's basically all the people under Big Machine, and then Carly Rae Jepsen, which, if you guys remember,
yes,
thank you.
Right,
and this is crazy.
So Scooter Braun, obviously big name in the music industry, controversial. Like there's the stuff with the Taylor Swift Masters is really sus, in my opinion. That being said, he is a big name in the American music scene, so we'll have to see what happens there. All right, next one. Warner Brothers is expected to invest up to 500 billion Korean won, which is $443 million, into HYBE and become a major shareholder. Warner Brothers has an investment in HBO Max through AT&T and is expected to secure exclusive rights to content such as BTS live concerts and documentaries. Warner Brothers is a subsidiary of Warner Music, which is owned by AT&T at the top.
Wow.
That's big,
Wow.
right?
Big numbers, big platform.
Big
They're
names.
just big
They're just
Yeah.
throwing out like $500 million at this, right?
Oh man. Okay. Like, what is HYBE's valuation at this point? Like,
It's in the trillions.
right?
Trillions.
Oh, no, not trillions of Korean won. Billions of American.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. I don't know. HBO Max. That's like a pretty like premium platform. You know, like.
Like Game of Thrones was HBO Max,
TV,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, hey, you want this BTS live concert, you know? You're gonna have to
That
pay
HBO.
up, right?
That means I don't want to pay for HBO Max. Like, I don't want to pay for another streaming platform. Like,
Mhm.
I thought we're gonna have a K-pop thing. Like, why are we doing it on HBO Max?
Oh, you thought like a K-pop subscription thing that's by multiple labels or something?
I didn't a couple weeks ago we discussed like a streaming platform for like concerts with like for K-pop and like concerts and music and whatnot.
I think that was more like live streams themselves. I don't remember specifics, but like
Okay.
it might also be the rights outside in only certain regions as well, which what we're talking about here. So we really don't know.
Well, we'll see what happens. I don't
Yeah.
like AT&T though, so
Next one, HYBE has established Big Hit Music as a subsidiary company. I think we discussed this one over the past couple weeks.
Yep.
So HYBE is the top company. Then there's a music section, and Big Hit Music nests in that section. So this business structure reorganization will result in the merging of HYBE IP and HYBE 360 into a newly established subsidiary, Big Hit Music, and is part of a change to increase the efficiency of core business units. HYBE will hold 100% of the shares in Big Hit Music, and thus the company will not be publicly traded at all. So, the reason they're specifying this is because the Big Hit stock is technically now HYBE stock, right? And what they're doing here is they're restructuring to basically say, although you were investing in HYBE as a company and might have a vote at like some of the things for the big picture stuff, we are still controlling Big Hit, the music specifically, 100% in-house. That's what this is saying.
that makes sense to me.
Yeah, because when you do sharehold things, when you vote on stuff, you're not voting for like specific things, right? It's not like you're going to vote on what BTS's next title track is going to be, right? No, not. You're more or less, I think you're doing like confidence votes or things like that, or
Right.
big movement things.
Strategy.
This all makes sense. This is just what's going to come along with all these corporate changes at HYBE, because now they're like, essentially they're corporate now. So this just comes along with the territory.
There needs to be a parent that oversees the children. And the
Oh.
parent is HYBE, you know, and the children is. I
I'm
guess
just
the
not.
oldest
I'm
figures.
just not used to the name. And like when you see like HYBE Music or HYBE Labels, the YouTube
Yeah,
channel comes
yeah.
up. Like sometimes I'm like, it feels a
Oh.
little weird. But lastly, there were unconfirmed reports this week that BTS will be releasing a new single in May. Completely unconfirmed. Someone reported it, and Big Hit just said like, if we're doing it, we'll let you know when it happens. But they didn't say no. So you know, just
Possible.
saying.
I wouldn't complain if it happens.
All right, next major topic. This is a lot of separate things, but we call the new groups, disbandments, and contract updates. The first one, in a newly posted report, Cube Entertainment is reported to be planning to debut a new boy group and girl group in 2021. The agency is also slated to start producing webtoon dramas in June.
Oh,
What's a webtoon drama?
No, that exists. Like,
yeah.
they have whole dramas that are on like YouTube.
Yeah,
Or
like
the
shorter
equivalent.
episodes.
Yeah.
Well, how's that a webtoon? Oh, it's
Well, I-
based on a webtoon.
It could be too.
No, webtoon drama is just like the overarching term for like dramas that are on YouTube and other streaming platforms.
Oh.
It doesn't mean like animated dramas did.
Oh yeah, I know.
No.
Oh, I thought it was that. Okay, I apologize for being a wee boomer. I apologize.
Boy group, girl group. All right, let's think about this. Girl group feels a little too soon for me with G Idol there.
Right.
Yeah.
That's my base opinion on that. What's the last boy group that Cube did? Let me look this up. I'm probably just like missing it.
Pentagon.
Is it
think it's
Pentagon? Is there
Pentagon,
nothing
yeah.
newer than them?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
All right, so that one kind of makes sense then, right, guys?
Yeah, it's been a while.
That one kind of makes sense. I think with G-Idol debuting in 2018, all right, it is year 3, right?
4.
Still, well, 4. Okay. I'm being convinced now that maybe it could be.
I guess.
Pentagon 2016, that one makes a lot of sense. Boy group, I could see that. I think girl group, I'll have to be convinced more. The second thing is C9 Rookies is announced to have a official debut name of, okay, I think it's Epics, EPEX.
Epics. Okay.
Or you might be pronouncing the E as Apex because the Epics thing, it stands for the gathering of 8 youths reaching 8 different apexes. That's a lot of words there.
All right.
Right?
I don't know what you're going for. I'm surprised they don't have 9 of them because it is C9 because that seemed to be a thing that they did quite often.
I mean, the X is in there, right? And
We'll
then
have to see. We'll see who's hyped for the C9 new rookie group.
maybe you're supposed to read it as EPX.
I think we're looking too deep into this, to be honest. And it is a guy group, by the way, so it's a guy group.
Oh, interesting.
All right, next one on disbands. So this is not really a disband, but it's just the result of it. So it was confirmed this week that Gugudan members Mimi, I think it's Soyi, and Nayoung have all left Jellyfish Entertainment following the group's disbandment. It's nailing the coffin time there. Like, it's over. Nayoung was so she was the member of the Jellyfish trio that did not make IOI, because Sejong and Mina did. She was kind of she was like one of my favorite members, I remember, and she plays somewhere in the teens. She just got the short end of the stick the whole way. Like, let's be honest here. Being third Jellyfish kid, not making IOI, we do Gugudan. Sejong and Mina get more stuff, and Nayoung just kind of gets screwed overall. Next one, Star Crew announced that Hotshot ended their group activities on March 30th. The group made their debut in 2014. That's the group with No Taehyun and Timoteo, right, Anita?
Yep. Yeah. That was them.
That was a group that had some kids that were popular, but it just never all came together as the group
unfortunately.
as a whole. All right, next one, contract updates. So Mamamoo Hwasa has officially renewed her contract with RBW, and RBW stated that they are currently discussing with Wheein and emphasized that there will be no group disbandment. The reason they mentioned Wheein is because Solar and Moonbyul have also already resigned, so they're just waiting on Wheein specifically.
Nice. Well, take your time. No rush.
Lastly, there were reports this week that GOT7's JB is discussing signing with J Park's Higher Music.
I heard about that.
Higher Music stated that there is nothing yet decided regarding the exclusive contract, but again, they did not deny, so it seems plausible.
Interesting.
It's interesting because we had one of the members go to AOMG, Yugyung, I believe.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I don't know if this is big picture. I'm looking too deep into this, but is it like J Park being like, "LOL, I'm gonna get all the people from JYP," you know, like?
I don't think so.
I think there is tension because if I remember correctly, J Park was going to appear on something that JYP also appeared on, and then all of a sudden he dropped out, right?
Oh,
It was unconfirmed. It was a rumor. It was Infinite Challenge, the whole 2015
singing festival, right?
Right, yeah. Singing festival thing. And then there was no official reports. However, later in the lyrics, J Park on one of his songs was like, "This CEO guy told me he didn't want to be on the same show as I did as an equal."
So I don't the other way around.
Yeah, who knows? That being said, those two aren't the first time J Park took JYP's former talents, right? Because Golden.
True. Yeah.
Right. He used to be. Well, he left Higher Music at this point, but yeah. So I don't know. I'm kind of excited. Hopefully it's true.
All right, let's get into some quick takes. So number one, BTS's Dynamite has officially tied Psy's Gangnam Style as the song from a Korean act with the most weeks charting on Billboard's Hot 100 in the history of the chart with 31 weeks. I'm going to assume they're going to break the record this week, so this will probably be updated at some point. Next one. Teaming up with Mystic Story, MBC will have a new variety audition program in the second half of 2021 to launch a new boy group.
Wait, Mystic
Story?
Yeah, I don't know. That's happening.
Interesting.
Next, the fan platform Universe has announced that Oh My Girl Gravity and WeI will be joining the platform this month. Additionally, it was announced that Melon has partnered up with Universe, allowing users of both services to connect them and gain benefits.
Interesting. Oh.
Who would have thought that streaming services would be teaming up with the fan platforms? That's an interesting move, in my opinion.
I wonder what degree of depth we have in terms of this partnership.
Next, SM has established a non-music integrated management subsidiary called SM Studios. Housed in SM Studios, SM CNC, SM Life Design Group, Mystic Story, Key East, Dear You will focus on group management and market competitiveness in drama/entertainment/new media. Awkward, because they say they're not doing music, right, in this thing. But Mystic Story is launching a boy group in the news two above it.
That's true.
So I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
Who knows? Conflicting reports. Next, on April 1st, a source at Brave Entertainment confirmed that Brave Girls are planning for a comeback.
Let's go. Yes.
The agency representative stated, quote, "We are aiming for this summer."
Summer bop. Yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
They should become the summer queens, I think. I really think they need to hit that
They
market
have the
hard.
potential.
They have the potential. That throne is empty. Go grab the throne.
I saw them on Running Man this week. Low-key funny. Who's your favorite kid, Yuna?
It's so difficult, dude.
Is Yuna the short hair girl?
Okay, yeah. It was Yuna at some point.
Did it change?
Yeah, I think so.
To who?
Ooh.
Yujong?
No, Eunji.
Really?
Oh, the big eyed
Oh.
girl with long hair.
Uh-huh.
Dude, she's just funny as. Like,
Wait, I was going to switch from Yujong to Yuna, though, dude. I was going to join you.
you begin with Yoojung because of the huge smile and the squirrel face.
Oh.
And then you go into Yuna because she's the cold girl with the short hair who turns out she's like really very warm. And then next to that girl is this girl who's just bad at everything she does. And just funny as poop. So that's Eunji right there.
Okay.
Come join.
Come join. All right. Lastly, as we mentioned previously, EXO's Baekhyun will be enlisting in the military on his birthday, May 6th, which is the day this is being released. So shout out to Baekhyun. Hope everything
Yes.
goes well for you, and we will miss you. Announced comebacks. April 12th, all of a sudden, Anita Shiny's coming back again.
Let's go.
Someone else you like, Kyuhyun, the day after on the 13th. We have Wheein also on the 13th. P1 Harmony, April 20th. And HYBE, that's a big one.
Oh, yes.
April 26th. I wrote on and off twice, but they updated, and it is April 28th. And then finally, Brave Girl Summer, as we mentioned previously.
Nice.
All right, State of the Nation. As you know, we are not doing World Cups for the time being because we will be covering Kingdom. But before we cover Kingdom, let's just talk about what we've been doing. So how about Warren? What have you been doing, Warren?
My life is a mess. It's falling apart as we speak.
Oh,
It's a
no.
catastrophe. That is not true. I think my life is fine.
That's
Okay.
good.
Okay, interesting lead.
I don't know. I just really know. I still haven't gotten my vaccine. I think I will soon. I don't know. Do you guys have any questions about my life? Throw in your questions.
You moved, right, a while back.
Like 2 months ago, dude. Yeah.
Well, I don't think we ever mentioned it.
Okay. Well, I did. I moved 2 months ago.
You live alone now, right?
I live alone now. I do have a studio. Very fortunate to be able to do so. Parts of it, I think, was a big part of. Oh, a big part of it was COVID, honestly.
Yeah.
And the real estate market and the rental market and
It crashed. It crashed.
Yeah, I was talking to my broker and she was like, "Yo, like this is the best time to move in New York right now." Like,
It's like the cheapest numbers they've seen in the last decade are right now.
Yeah.
Well, they were. I don't. They're probably starting to rebound again. I would assume at some point.
I think it's time to rebound again. That being said, obviously for my own sake, I'm not going to discard where. Well, I'm not going to.
Yep.
I'm not going to say where I live.
Please
but I
don't.
live
Yeah.
in New York. It's nice. It's really cool. I haven't ever imagined I would live this deep into like the middle of the city. So it's pretty nice. Missing the bodegas though.
But there ain't no bodegas near you, dude.
Well, there are a couple, but it's a little like gotta walk a block or two.
Oh, shut up, dude. All right, it's like nothing.
Well, walking.
What about you? Anything else, dude?
The show came out called Solar Opposites.
Solar Opposites.
Y'all know what it is?
No.
It's from the producers of Rick and Morty.
Is it animated?
Yeah, it is animated. And a lot of people who tried to watch Rick and Morty, a lot of people don't like it. I feel like don't like it because of like how philosophical it gets and how like a lot of Rick and Morty comes down to like, oh, like your life doesn't matter.
Oh.
That's honestly that's what a lot of the show's about. And like Solar Opposites on the other hand is a lot more just fun comedy sitcom kind of deal, you know, family sitcom, but they're all aliens. So season 2 is on Hulu now. The premise is there's an alien family. Honestly, that's it. And they're struggling to get used to Earth. The subplot is great. They have a subplot because like one of the alien kids, they like every time they see a person they like or hate, they shrink them or her down, and there's a whole kingdom, a whole society of these small tiny people in their walls in their home. So they put the tiny people in the society, and there's a whole subplot, Game of Thrones style, about like power dynamics of societies inside the wall. I probably sound absurd, but trust me, it's a good show. You should watch it, Douglas.
Bro, I'm on that Japanese itch right now, fam. Like, what am I supposed to do?
Weeb.
You want me to weeb a bit? Okay.
Trash can, man.
I've been watching a lot. Like, all right, let's be honest here. Like, fishing ain't popping off yet, right? I got a lot of free time. I basically wake up, either work on the podcast or exercise or watch anime. That's like it right now. Cause all right, COVID's not over yet, right? I got one shot. I'm waiting for the second one. So I'm not that comfortable going out anywhere all that much. Other than like running a few errands, it's mostly just like watching anime and exercising. I'm on a diet right now. Shout out to me. It's going pretty well right now. I'll keep you updated. That being said, let's get into what I've watched. First one is My Teen Romance Comedy Snafu. That's the English name, or it's called Origaru or something. Origairu in Japanese. Surprisingly good. Like, I only watched it because it kept coming up on my my Crunchyroll like recommended. There's 3 seasons. Season 1 is like a comedy. Season 2 ends up being like a drama, and season 3 ends up being like straight romance, in my opinion. Like, the main character, Hachiman, he's essentially dead inside, and he's a complete pessimist, and you just get to see like how he interacts with stuff through his like really weird opinion on the world. But honestly, a lot of what he says is very relatable, and he's like just real talking. So it's a cool show.
He's known for his beautiful eyes, lots of big depth in his eyes.
They call them rotten and dead the entire season. Like, it's nuts.
You mean rotten fish? That's not just rotten fish eyes.
So you got like rotten fish eyes, dude. Like, honestly though, tremendous character. That's an interesting character. Other things I watched, one of them's called Tonikawa Over the Moon. One of the most wholesome things I've seen. It came out last year in 2020. Basic premise is like, I'm not gonna tell you how, but this couple gets married with like not even knowing each other, and then it's just like them dealing with married life, considering they're technically strangers. Super wholesome. The voice actress for the main girl is the Nezuko voice actress, so she finally speaks in something, you know. So go check out that one. That girl is, I'm not gonna say waifu, but she's like best wife. Period. You know, best wife.
Literally.
It's there. Best wife. The other thing I watched was called Otakoi. Love is Hard for Otaku. Base premise there is there's like 4 otakus. They're essentially into 2 couples. The real strong point of the show, number one, it has a ton of like otaku / nerdy culture references throughout the entire thing. That's appealing because I'm into a lot of that stuff. Number 2 is it is such a good depiction of adult relationships, in my opinion. Like, there's no outlandish like problems. The problems are like, we've been dating so long. Is my partner still happy with me? I know my partner's ideal type is X, Y, and Z. I'm not that. Did he settle to date me? Like, these are adult problems that people have in actual relationships, right?
True. Yeah.
And the whole backdrop is this whole otaku stuff. So they say like crazy things happen. in that sense, but like surprisingly good show. I know there is a live how do you call that? Live adaptation or something?
Live action adaptation.
That's adaptation. It. So there's adaptation, live adaptation with real
live
people.
Action adaptation.
I heard that one's actually pretty good. I don't think I'll watch it though. And then finally, I am the Isekai king again this week. So I watched that time I got reincarnated as a slime. The plot is literally that. Like he got reincarnated as slime. That's kind of low level. It's entertaining. It's not that much depth. My favorite show of the week though was The Rising of the Shield Hero. Apparently I like squirrel girls. Like that's a thing. There's this character called Raftalia. Like, I know Saber from the Fate series is like my waifu, right? But Raftalia is best girl. Like, out of all the crap I've seen so far, best girl by far is this half squirrel, half girl, right? Super entertaining. Another popular isekai is obviously ReZero. That's probably the big one right now. I prefer first season of The Rising of the Shield Hero over first season of ReZero by a decent amount, I would say. Wow. Please watch that. You know, the Raftalia episode is episode 2. So you'll within like an hour of watching this show, you'll know why she's best girl. Like, honestly.
Why is she best girl?
I'm not going to spoil anything, but the stuff that happens between her and the main hero by like episode 6 is enough to solidify that she is best girl.
Huh.
It's crazy.
Interesting.
That didn't explain anything, but I mean,
I don't want to explain it, but like, because it ruins that whole episode. But like, the stuff she does is so good.
She's very kind.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. Oh. You're instantly like, all right, let's put it this way. I already bought a goddamn figure for that.
That was quick.
Like, I already bought one. I don't know. Who knew squirrels were a thing?
Who knew?
All right, Anita. Wait, one more thing. I guess I'm like full weebing now because like we're in. So if you don't know, animes is seasonal, right? So there's like a winter season. There's a season for each season, right? So like we're in fall session right now. We're going into spring. I know I'm a weeb now because I'm setting up what new shows I want to watch in the spring. Like, there's a list of like 6 shows right now.
I recall like when I was first getting into anime, like I was just watching stuff, getting recommendations from my friends and, like online sources and just watching it. And then I was starting to watch the seasonal shows and I was trying to have conversations with the people that originally suggested me the anime that got into anime to begin with. And they were like, I have no idea what that is, Warren.
You had surpassed them.
You can't turn back now.
Hey, there are people on our server that I talk to about these ongoing shows, and we have a decent amount of people
active on the anime channel now.
True.
Yeah. Every time I see it being active, you're part of the conversation.
Hey, I'm just starting a conversation because I need people's feedback when I'm watching stuff, man.
No, why do you need other people's feedback? Just trust your own judgment.
Because when something crazy happens, I want to know that they thought it was crazy too, dude.
Oh, okay.
Anita, how about you? What have you been up to?
Well, first, okay. Preface: I was keeping up with Produce 101 Japan season 2.
Oh, wow.
The show had like a pre like episode 0 release last week. And they already uploaded like the theme song video to YouTube and like fan cams and all that. I joined the server for the season.
Is it guys again, Anita?
Yes, it's another guy season. I know that they typically switch on and off. I think the versions in Korea and the versions in China did that, where they switch on and off. But I don't know. They decided to keep going with a guy group. And I don't know. I haven't watched the episode 0 yet. Probably gonna do that tonight. Possibly have time. But it's interesting. I feel like there's a lot of different vibes. I don't know what they're gonna do, like what the final lineup will look like, because there's a lot of really young people in this show now. The center, I think, did really well, and I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I will definitely keep up with it.
Are you more intrigued about this so far than you were about the other show at this point, or are you not sure?
I'm not sure. I feel like I'm still a little underwhelmed at the moment because they did do the system where they eliminated a good chunk of the contestants before the show even starts airing. So that's a little sad.
Oh, they did that? Okay.
They did, yeah. And I think it had to do with COVID and restrictions, so they couldn't really hold that many people and have them interact, I guess. I'm not sure, but yeah, I feel like that aspect kind of takes away a little bit of the nature of the show, like starting with that, like the 101 technically. But I'll keep up with it. I think I might post more on the Japanese music channel on the Discord if I see anything worthwhile to talk about.
We're just a really big bunch of weebs.
Yeah, dude. So for April Fools, we changed our survey to Saki Talk anime
Your
podcast.
weekly shot of anime. Yeah.
Honestly, like I feel like I could talk about anime for like an hour, dude. Like every week.
At this point,
with the amount of crap I'm watching, dude. Like when I like, so one of the main ways I'm watching anime, obviously at night when like I'm like in my bed, right? I watch some, but like I've been walking on the, so along with the diet I've been talking about, right?
Yeah.
I watch anime while I walk on the treadmill. And I do like, I'll watch like 5 or 6 episodes straight while walking on the treadmill, which is like 2 hours, dude. Like straight.
oh my god,
That's a good workout, right? Like,
yeah.
I've been doing that up.
2 hours is like what, like half a season, like 5 episodes of anime?
Fam, yeah, I can. That's like some days, dude. Like that plus what I watch when I go to bed. Like I could blow through a 12 episode season in a day, dude. No problem.
Oh my god.
Like it just happens, dude. It just happens.
I don't know. Like I feel like. Here's the thing, like I can't do that because like when I'm halfway through the show, like I start seeing it as like, oh, the cup is half empty already.
Oh no,
and, like
fam.
I like I slow down. And there's a couple shows out there where like I haven't finished because I don't want it to end, kind of deal.
How are you about spoiling it for yourself before you finish?
I usually watch all the spoilers.
Oh, I
unless
hate that.
really care about the
I
thing.
hate that.
I read all the Attack on Titan spoilers.
I know you have.
Like okay, let's say you're watching a series, right?
Okay.
And you're on episode like 6 out of 12 or 13 out of 25 or whatever it is, right?
Okay.
And something in the plot is happening, right?
I'm going to the wiki to read more about it. Yeah, what's up?
I've done that before too, dude.
Boo.
I'll be honest, I've done that too.
Boo.
Sometimes I read it and I want to be like, oh, I wonder how they're gonna animate that or how it's gonna end up on the screen, you know? Like
Anime, Anita, it's not about where you go; it's about the journey itself. So,
I
But-
agree.
but no.
what?
Wait,
What?
so
What
no,
you
it's
got?
just so like let's say you're watching something super dramatic, right, Anita? Like a crazy, like your favorite character can die, right? No, like
Yeah.
on a snap of a finger. You still don't want to know until it happens.
Yeah, I want to wait. I will wait.
I can't
I
do
can
that,
wait.
dude. I get the itch. I'm like, I wonder if they're alive. Like this is the or like,
Here's the thing. In my defense, like even after knowing what the spoiler is, like even if you watch it, I'm still shocked.
me too. Me
Oh.
too. So,
It's
or
still-
sometimes I'm so dumb by the time we get to the film, I'm like, I didn't know that was
Forgot.
gonna happen, but I did actually. Like,
There's a couple times where I forgot the twist.
oh, me too. I'm like, there was like a couple crap I was watching. I'm like, he picked her, even though I already knew. Like, I already
wait,
knew.
that
I was like,
happened,
I was like, really? Like, but it just happened. You know, Weeping's been fun though. My Crunchyroll account, I'm getting full usage out of that. Like, goddamn.
bet.
All right. Second part of State of the Nation, Kingdom Episode 1. We're not really gonna talk too much about like the little things that happened on the show, too much about the interactions. We're more here to talk about like the performances and that kind of thing. That being said, I did watch the whole episode, not just the performances.
Me too.
That's the performances.
Interesting thing is they did not edit out a lot of people who I thought they would edit out because like was there
Yeah.
for the entire first episode. They didn't
Yeah,
edit him out, but when he was talking a lot, they showed a wide shot instead of showing him.
They
That was
reduced
method
the
they
shots.
do.
Yeah.
Also, like Stray Kids Hyunjin was there at the time before the bullying controversy hit. So like they showed him because he's in the performance, right? What are you gonna do? But like you could tell they weren't trying to show close-ups of him as well.
Yeah.
We'll have to see because I wonder at what point does Max become or Changmin become the main only one guy MC if it's episode 2 or 3 or 4. We'll see how much they had pre-filmed. The main things in terms of interactions I saw, number 1, the boys seemed very calm because they've been here before with Road to Kingdom. Number 2, B2B, they had like they're like the mood makers in the room because they're the older
Yes.
Hyungs. Like like there's this interaction between Eunkwon and I think one of the Stray Kids members. I forgot his name. He's one of the English speakers.
Bangchan, I think.
Bangchan. Yeah, Bangchan.
The leader. Yeah.
Between them, it's like a really funny interaction because he just starts speaking English to him.
Yeah.
And like go watch that clip. That's a good clip. But what we watched today, well, the first episode was not round one, right? We watched the introduction stage, which was 100-second performances. Here's what happened. So these 6 boy groups each performed one of their hit songs. And what they define as hit means it had to have won a first place on a music show for their 100-second performances. The introduction performances were live streamed through Mnet's YouTube channel, and then voting for the round started after the live stream, and viewers were allowed to vote up to their top 3 groups on the Who's Fan app. Mm-hmm. They had initially planned it to run for 1 day, but then they ran it for 4, I believe. The winning team will receive 1,000 points. You know, with Kingdom and Queendom, you never know what these points mean. So they'll get 1,000 points. And the big thing, though, I think, is the right to arrange the performance order for round 1. So that's what happened. I'll name the groups and then the songs they did. So ATEEZ did Wave, and this is called the Overtune version. B2B did Beautiful Pain chorus version. SF9 did Good Guy, The Glory. Stray Kids did Mirror. The Boys did The Stealer Epic version. And Kingdom did Rhythm Ta Kingdom version.
Lots of versions.
Yeah.
Instead of going through all of it, because I think we'll be talking about them at some point, what were your guys' favorite performances?
For me, I had some expectations, and I guess the group that surprised me the most, because I don't know as much about them, was SF9. So I knew I liked the song, Good Guy. I remember covering it. I remember the music video. But I don't know. I feel like in comparison or in the midst of all of the songs that were shown for the episode, and like the general vibe that a lot of them were going for was super dark, very intense, a lot of effects. And I feel like SF9 went very quite simple and clean. Like I think in the show they would refer to them like, oh my gosh, it looked like models, like in suits, right?
Those suits were nice.
Yeah, they were nice. Yeah. So I feel like, I think they did exactly what I think was the purpose of the introduction stage, to kind of just show off, like, this is kind of what we like to do. This is what the song was about, and the aspect of the song that was really nice. So I don't know. I felt like it was a surprising good impression from them.
What was your favorite performance, Doug?
I think that by far, well, not even that far, but I think by a good distance, I thought the boys were the best. Like, I know they have the experience from being in Road to Kingdom because they're on this stage before. They know what to expect. They basically did something like this before. But I thought their performance was like so much higher quality than a lot of the other groups. Specifically, there's this part where they get all modern dancey in the middle of the performance. I thought that was ridiculous. I thought that was the best moment of the entire first episode, was that bit right there. There's a lot of kids in that group, and they were so clean throughout their whole performance. And comparatively to some other groups, some groups had like issues with the mics, where some people weren't being picked up that I think should have. Other times there was like AR in that was like loud AR, and they didn't sync up too well with it at other points. I thought the boys had a great performance. The only thing I didn't like was that stand-up ending. Like the guy stands up, falls backwards, jumps forward, and then they all slowly stand up, and I'm like,
the ending, the ending
sucked. The ending sucked. Other than that, I thought it was great. My other favorite group was Stray Kids Mirror. I thought that was good. It might also be because I'm biased towards Stray Kids because they are my favorite group on this show at the moment, so that it can be said. I thought that specifically, all right, I don't want this to be a trope because people on the Discord know this. So I thought Changbin's rap, right? He didn't catch the beat. Like he was like that section has a ton of words in a very small section, right? He was like 0.25 seconds off. Right, he's lagging a little.
It was a very tight verse, and not a lot of time and not enough motor movement in his mouth.
That being said, in terms of the energy, what they presented, I thought that was great. When they were showing the their practice stuff, I was worried though because Felix literally tackles Han
Oh, yeah,
at a certain
yeah.
point. That first move, Warren, where like he stands up and jumps. At
Right.
one point, they just messed it up and he tackled him, like
Yeah.
straight up.
I was nervous for a lot of the groups. Yeah.
Yeah, but they were fine. That was my other one. Warren, what about you? Did you have a favorite performance?
I don't. Well, I think actually my favorite performances were SF9 and the boys. So I don't think I can
yay.
see much there. But I will say something that stood out to me watching all of these is that 100 seconds is too short.
It's too short.
Right? Yeah.
Way too short. What am I like? It feels like it's over before I'm like fully engaged in it.
Mm-hmm.
And you end up with these performances that are like, couple people do the dance here, couple people do the dance here, couple people do the dance here. Let's all group together, do our thing. That's what it feels like to me, and I feel like that was like.
It also is like, is it the decision between, are we gonna go performance, as in like, are we gonna try to tell a story, or are we gonna try to do our song? I
It
felt that
seemed
was
like that,
something
yeah.
between certain groups. I feel like the groups who chose to do their song and show like our choreo and stuff came out better, in my opinion. Particularly, Anita, I know you're an 80s fan. I know we got a lot of 80s fans in the house. I had massive expectations for their first stage, right? Because I when I think of 80s, I think of like crazy aggression, tons of performance stuff. I feel like they tried to do too much with this pirate thing going on. Like,
It was just a very different vibe from the original song.
that's the big problem though.
Yeah.
I am the biggest proponent of Wave. Hakuna Matata ya, everyone, right? Like, that is my 80s song, right? That's my song, right? It feels like they wanted to use this beat. And they're like, all right, Wave, we got to use Wave here, right? And they just tried to throw it together. Their performance was fine, but like something about the song choice felt really weird to me.
What stood out to me negatively? I almost hurt myself today watching this.
Oh yeah.
Like I was making lunch while I played this on the TV, and I was making avocado toast. Yes, I'm a dirty millennial. What are you gonna do? And there I am slicing my avocados, like in this manner. And then like I hear the guy go "Oh," in the middle of nowhere. I'm like, whoa! Like that just freaked me out. And I it pushed my sword knife.
Bro, you're trying to make your life sound way more exciting than it is, dude.
You cut your avocado with a sword.
I almost pushed my knife into my mouth, into my hand, into my hand, and I was like, "Yo, can we not scream in the middle of nowhere?" I don't know. That was a little freaky to me. Maybe this is the boomer in me talking, but still.
Anita, how'd you feel about AT's performance?
I feel like I also had some sort of expectation from them. When I heard that they were doing Wave, I thought okay, well, Wave has a very, how should I say, very bright summery vibe.
Yeah.
So I thought that would be nice. But they I feel like it got lost in a sense with a lot of the groups also trying to do a very dark concept. Whereas if they had kept it a little bit more in the original sound, I think it would have been better and they would have helped them stand out, I think, in a good way. But I don't know. It was okay though. It was not terrible.
To be frank, that's where I felt like a lot of groups fell short, because this my understanding of this mission is you're supposed to show people what your identity is,
Right.
you're supposed to tell us, you're supposed to convince us that you're different and that you have a unique identity. Whereas aside from B2B, which they were a lot of focus on singing and rapping, these other groups, they had there were a little bit of aggression, there was a little bit of darkness. It was based on hip hop and electro pop EDM. It all kind of blended in together for me, and I was like, being more of a casual person, I guess I'm not the target demographic here. I get that, but at the same time, I have seen all of these groups. We review and discuss their music on a weekly basis. If I feel this way, it's not really a good sign, I think.
B2B. I want to talk about B2B, right?
Yes.
Yeah. They did
Seniors.
they did the B2B ballad thing, expected, right? Okay, let me explain some things.
What?
I felt it was good. I liked the performance. I like how they stayed true to who they are as a group. I think you knew who they were. I think the two groups that like, all right, that's that group for sure, was like, I thought iKON stayed very true to the iKON aesthetic. Like,
True, yes.
And I think B2B stayed really close to what they are as a group, at least at the moment. I felt like the singing was great, but they had three dudes because I don't think Pinnell really does a lot of the singing. I felt like the harmonies was missing something at a certain point. Like, I don't know. Other than that, like I don't know if I've ever stated explicitly, but I am not the biggest fan of Pinnell's rapping. I'm just not a huge fan of. Like, I'm sorry if you're a giant Pinnell fan, everyone, but like honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of his rapping as an idol.
I agree.
It just like, I don't know. I felt like starting with him did, at least for me, didn't put me on the best foot with this performance. That's all I'll really say.
What? I mean, they had the whole choir thing in the beginning, the three of them.
Yeah, so he
they
technically didn't start, but yeah.
But you know, he had the large portion of the front half, right?
Yeah, they did the whole like woo thing, and then he comes out, he starts rapping, you know, like, and then it goes back to them singing individually. Yeah, not big on it either.
I like the performance though as a whole, but just not certain parts. What about you, Anita?
I mean, I guess I didn't find it as bothersome, like the rapping individually and all that. But I felt like it was, how do I say? I really liked that B2B stuck to what they are comfortable with. I guess as a group, I feel like their singing was definitely their talent where they got the most popularity as a group, where they knew them for their ballads, and I don't know. I feel like they kind of completed the mission well in that sense. I have a feeling that they're gonna try to switch it up a little bit because they have to. Yeah, they have to. It's kind of the nature of the show. They're gonna try to do more performance based. I don't know how I feel about that because I feel like they are good dancers. They're not bad. I've seen their earlier stuff when they did more dance heavy stuff, but I don't know if they're gonna try to just try to match the other groups.
If they try to do ballads the whole way, they are not going to win this show. Like let's be real.
I know they won't, but I feel like I hope they manage to retain their own vocal heavy quality alongside a performance.
I think that's going to be a hard ask to be
well,
fair.
No, I think that is the natural thing they should try to do. They need to find the balance between performance and singing. They need to be. These people are being asked to be musicians, but they're also asked to be acts. They're also being asked to be performers. I think a common trope with these other groups is that they're leaning heavily into performance, different kinds of dance choreography, that kind of thing. B2B, on the other hand, is doing something completely different, and they're the only people in this side of the spectrum. So if they make any moves towards performance, it's gonna be a lot more noticeable than these other groups because they're kind of in their own lane at the moment.
The inherent issue with them though is like to win this show, it's about who has the craziest performance though. That's the problem.
I just hope nobody gets injured.
That's
nobody tries to do a backflip.
The boys won because their performances were so crazy last season.
Yeah,
and their budgets were ridiculous. iKON. They started off with iKON is back.
They did.
I was a big fan of this performance. I know for some reason, a lot of people on our Discord did not like this. They put this as 6. I saw multiple people put this as the 6th one.
Oh, wow.
I thought this was better than half. Like, straight up. But I think Bobby reminded me that he has the id factor, like, for sure. There's just something about Bobby that's like a magnet that you just want to watch him, right? Because he's just doing his thing.
He's having fun, yeah. He was smiling during the performance.
Yeah, I'm also probably biased here because, like, you know, Rhythm Ta. Great song, all right? Classic song.
Right.
I liked how they were staying true to the YG roots with the sample, like the homage to 멋쟁이 신사 나가신다 길을 비켜라.
Oh, is that what the remix was in that? What was it? Like the second half of the song?
Right. That whole part is like from a YG track. It's a YG family track back in like early 2000s, really. That's like a whole YG family flex. It's like, look at my family. We're the YG family.
That's where they run into the problem, though, in my opinion.
Oof.
Oh.
I think their inherent issue is that the relevancy with younger K-pop fans is just not strong with them.
I mean,
Really?
you can argue that for a lot of different groups. B2B.
No, I think iKON and B2B have that hill to fight. Like,
Oh.
because relative to the other four groups, their like mass popularity, at least outside of Korea, is I don't think as big as the other ones.
Well, I mean, I think that's fair.
Because if we, especially this round, okay, so let's go through what happened in terms of the rankings we got. They only announced 5th, 3rd, and 4th, right? 5th place was ATEEZ. Honestly, I thought that's where, like, I kind of agreed with where these rankings turned out. 4th place ended up being SF9's Good Guy. And 3rd place ended up being B2B's Beautiful Pain. The vote totals are all really close to each other, closer than I thought they would be. So the last three groups, so this is a group that is in 6th, 2nd, or 1st. We have Stray Kids, The Boys, and iKON, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be shocked if iKON isn't 6th.
You would be shocked?
Yeah, I'll be surprised if they're 2nd or 1st.
Yeah. Well, they were predicted, right, by the groups themselves that they would be first, which I found surprising too, but for a different matter.
I mean, it's performances are always different when you see them live and when you see them online. So maybe something about their vibe was very strong in person, but not as strong in online. I don't know.
Because I think, okay, so the voting is online voting, right?
Right.
Mhm.
I just feel like... Okay, actually, I don't know. What is The Boys' relative popularity, Anita? Do you know? Like, I really don't know.
I feel like internationally, they're
Is it
pretty
internationally? Wouldn't
okay,
you
yeah.
put them below ATEEZ though? At least that was my opinion before these
I would-
ranking came out.
Yeah, maybe. See, like my take when I found out about the voting system, right, and the global fan votes, was that Stray Kids had an advantage for some reason because I think that they're super
yeah,
popular.
I think Stray Kids, like, if it ever came down to flat fan vote, Stray Kids will win the show, right? If it was a 100% fan vote, I think Stray Kids would win pretty easily. The Boys are sneaky, right? Because people watch them mature through Road to Kingdom.
They
Hard
did.
to tell. And then iKON's a wild card is because they're the older group, right? Are domestic
Yeah.
fans in Korea going to be like, yo, iKON, we got to stay true to like our group from back in the day. We got to vote for them? Because the international fans, unless you've been listening to K-pop for a while, iKON's been like honestly a little bit irrelevant for the past couple of years. So it's like, are they going to be the ones voting? Like, see?
I feel like I've been kind of seeing the numbers on the performances on YouTube, and I feel like they're not the lowest for sure. I feel like the fandom is still pretty strong, and I feel like they might just show up even more because they know they have that disadvantage of like, oh, they're kind of the seniors as.
Hello?
Hello?
They're
Seems
kind of the seniors?
Alongside Beers Twice, so I feel like the fans will vote.
Just for reference,
uh-huh.
Stray Kids and The Boys have about 6 million. Oh, sorry, wait, no. Stray Kids have about 6 million views on YouTube,
Mhm.
and I think that makes them the highest.
Yep.
The second highest is iKON with 4 million.
Yeah. So the view wise is they're not behind. I don't think the popularity is like terrible on the
You know what?
international market.
It'll be so much more spicy if iKON gets first or second, right?
Yeah, I think they could.
I think so too.
Okay, I'll be happily surprised. Like,
Yeah.
based on that, are we gonna say the Boys with that performance get 6th? Like, that would be ridiculous in my opinion.
I mean, like at the end of the day, this comes down to which group is more popular than the others. So
I think it'll be a shame though if they get 6th. What they did,
Yeah.
because I thought that performance was crazy.
I do feel like doing well on the performance, especially in shows like this, the results might not show up immediately, but there's a long-term effect. Like,
Yeah,
it's
because-
a slow.
This is essentially 100% fan vote. Eventually, we get expert opinion and then peer voting, like, and online voting and things like YouTube views. Those are like the other things that come into play. So it's gonna level out more towards being what it probably is reflecting on the screen. But right now, it's like we're in full chaos mode because anything can happen, right? Like, so out of these three groups, then who do you think's gonna get sixth? See, that's the problem.
I guess I have to. I guess if I have to make a bet, I'd bet on the boys.
Really? Okay. What about
Even
you,
though,
Anita?
I mean, I don't think it's the right choice, but I mean,
I'm not sure yet. I don't want to say Stray Kids because I just feel like it wouldn't make sense.
Make that take, Anita, because I'll pick Icon then, and we'll see who's right.
Okay, sure. I mean,
Okay,
I
Anita,
don't
everyone.
think it's
Anita
true.
hates Stray Kids, and
That's
she thinks they're gonna get sixth.
That is not true.
Just hate Stray Kids. Thank you for joining.
False
SojuTalk.
allegations.
Anita hates guys with deep voices. She just hates
That
Felix.
is no, that's not true at all. I feel so bad for Felix. He was stressing out so much about that stunt. I was stressing out too. You always feel like somebody's gonna get injured,
I
but
will be
hopefully
honest.
not.
They do have the most likes and views on YouTube. So
No, Anita predicting it.
No, I didn't.
Anita
No.
predicted it. Yo, watch it happen too.
No.
so funny if it did.
I think in terms of viewership and like people flipping out, if they did get sixth though, it would make the show so spicy. Like everyone would be freaking out, right?
So I guess you're voting for Icon in that case on sixth.
Yeah, I don't like reluctantly. Like I honestly thought those three were my top three favorite performances. So like I don't think any of them deserved sixth by any means. Like
No, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't say so either.
those were my three favorite, like by far.
Life isn't fair, so what are you gonna do? You gotta.
Overall
deal with
though, I think going forward, if there's performances, we'll talk about them. But like I don't think we're really gonna talk about like the interactions or any of that stuff.
it. They were cool.
Yeah, they're cool. They're all handsome, you know? Handsome
They were
guys.
very friendly too, from the episode that I saw.
I mean, are they gonna come there and be mean to each other? Like
No, I was just surprised to see like they actually kind of seem to know each other. Like I was surprised that Wooyoung from ATEEZ were like super close with like Changbin. I didn't know, but I guess they know each other from somewhere or they talk. It's cool. It's cool to see that. What?
Do you want them to hate each other, Anita? Is
No,
that what you're
but
saying?
I'm saying I guess maybe I wasn't aware of their interactions before the show. Like if they had been friends outside of that. So it was nice to see.
Anita, is that you think friendship is horrible and you want everyone to hate each other?
No, what is no?
what I'm hearing is that Anita really cares about who her favorite idol's friends are.
What? That's not what I said either. What?
Are we just throwing her under the bus today?
Yeah, you are.
We gave her Stray Kids. We gave her the.
Why are we so mean to Anita today?
Exactly.
You know what, Warren?
Why?
You suck. You know,
Why?
Warren?
You began it. You started it.
You know, I'm a weeb who likes raccoon girls. You know.
A squirrel. She's a squirrel.
Wait. No.
She's a girl.
No, wait. She's a raccoon. I messed that up.
raccoon?
Oh,
she's a
she was a
raccoon.
raccoon all along.
This entire time, yeah, you've been telling us she's a squirrel.
Wait, I don't even know anymore.
Oh my gosh,
Wow.
you brought a figure of her and you don't even know. Let me look this up
see.
real quick.
Oh, it's a raccoon / tanuki. It's somewhere in the middle with a bushy tail. It's somewhat like that.
raccoon
You know?
tanuki.
It's okay. It's all the same
Wow.
deal. It's all the same. Stuff.
Imagine all the angry comments we got on SojuTalk about, you know, like Koro's gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm ashamed of you, Douglas. You're not weeb enough."
Depressing because he's my main like weeb friend on the server. You know.
Well, he's gonna be let down today that you messed it all up. Everyone who's listening is gonna have a wrong idea of the show.
Well, sorry.
The guy who wrote the show, he's gonna sue you, dude,
Oh
for
no.
information and spreading fake news about the show.
That's a bit of an exaggeration. I fully endorse that show, dude. I would give it like a 9 on Mal, dude. But
Oh.
Oh, that's very high. I would never do that with anything.
I'd give it like an 8.5. But next week, ton of stuff. Tuesday, April 6th, we have D Crunch and Chanyeol via SM Station. Wednesday, we have Yukika, Kim Jae-hwan, and Lunar Solar. Thursday, we have Only One Of and Bae173 and Stacy. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Let's go, Stacey.
Saturday, we have Super MX Prudential. This is not the Prudential in the United States, though. This is Prudential Corporation Asia, and they have an 145-year-old heritage, and it is a regional life insurer in Asia Pacific.
Interesting.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on, but they have a page on their website about Super M, this Prudential life insurance people.
Interesting.
Interesting.
And then on Monday, we have Shiny and Davachi. But
Wow.
Nice.
this has been SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. I am Doug. I'd like to thank Warren and Anita for joining me today.
Thank you for thanking us.
We'll see you guys next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Special shoutouts to our Fiesta patrons. Based Mina, Delmonic, Jedi, Goku Mama, Jacob, Luke Daniels, Malfiar, NJ Parks, Tier. Thank you for joining SojuTalk, the weekly shot of K-pop. And special thanks to our Discord server mods, Jacob, K-Music Erday, Koala, Malfiar, Max, No Bias Nuna, Tuggles, and Wolf297.